What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 232 of the Idiotic Sports Talk. I'm your host, Liam Gavin, coming to you live from my bedroom. And today I want to give you all my picks of the wild card round, the first round of the NFL playoffs. Tons of excitement, tons of action. 14 teams enter, but only one can emerge as champion. They kick off tomorrow, which is a Saturday. A great day to have football. And let's get into it. We'll start the AFC. So in the AFC, the Chiefs are the 1 seed at 15-1. And then we got the 2 seed, which is the Buffalo Bills, taking on the 7th seed in the Denver Broncos. So this pretty much says that the Bills are going to win. They're the heavy favorite. But someone tells me that the Broncos are going to get it because you look at their defense. Their defense is built to stop a guy like Josh Allen. I say that now till Allen goes off for like 4 or 5 touchdowns. But I think they have what it takes. Bo Nix, the rookie, playing great football. Sean Payton is a great mentor, head coach for him. And the Denver is in their first playoff berth since winning the Super Bowl in 2015 with Peyton Manning. So this is going to be a good matchup. How does that defense stop a guy who's most likely the MVP in Josh Allen? And how does that offense get going against this Denver defense? They're going to have to run the ball heavy. They're going to have to run the ball against a team that's good against the run. And it's, in my opinion, this is a closer game than I think. So I'm going to pick the Broncos here 20-17. The next game in the AFC is the 3 seed Ravens taking on the 6 seed Steelers. So these two teams, they hate each other. AFC North rivals. They met twice already this year. They split the series 1-1. Pittsburgh won the first game very close. The second game, the Ravens blew them out. And now here's the rubber match. It's down to the third and final match. Both teams play each other so well. The Steelers usually get the best of the Ravens. They know how to play the Ravens very well. Lamar Jackson's like 2-5 against the Steelers in his career. So we're going to see how this goes. But yet the Steelers entering the playoffs are on a 4-game losing streak. So not much confidence entering the playoffs. Meanwhile, the Ravens, they won their division. They have 12 wins. They've won 4 straight. So they have a lot more momentum heading into the playoffs. They're going to be without their receiver, Zay Flowers, but I expect a heavy load of Derrick Henry running the ball against that Steelers defense that kind of regressed over the year. So I'm going to pick the Ravens here, 23-20 for the win. The final game in the AFC wild card is the 4 seed Texans taking on the 5 seed LA Chargers. So the Chargers came out of nowhere. Jim Harbaugh has those guys right. They have the run game down good. Justin Herbert's playing great. And their defense is outstanding. And they're going against a Texans team that they had high expectations. I mean, they did win 10 games. They won their division. But they kind of just started falling off a cliff a little bit. C.J. Stroud does not look the same that he did last year. Meanwhile, the Chargers are grabbing people by surprise. That front 7 for the Chargers is very good against an offensive line for the Texans that is not good. So I'm interested to see how the Texans' offensive line can stop that pass rush of Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. I think Justin Herbert's going to have a good day in the air. And yeah, I just think Jim Harbaugh is going to outcoach D'Amico Ryans. So for those reasons, I'm going to go Chargers 27-20. Next, we go into the AFC or the NFC wildcard matches. So the 1 seed belongs to the Lions. They're 15-2. They have the bye. But now we move on to the 2 seed, the Eagles, taking on the 7 seed, the Packers. So this is a rematch from week 1 when both these teams met in Brazil, where the Eagles won a close game. And now they're meeting again. The Eagles are going to be at home. It's going to be freezing cold, but the Packers don't care. They play in freezing cold as well. And it's going to be interesting because both quarterbacks are coming into this game compromised. Jalen Hurts with the concussion, Jordan Love with the arm injury. So it's going to be very interesting. Both teams are built kind of the same. They have great running backs. Saquon Barkley led the league in rushing for Philly. And then Green Bay has Josh Jacobs also, who revived his career. And it's just a very interesting matchup. I do give the edge to Philly with their offensive weapons, with big-name receivers like A.J. Brown, compared to the Packers receivers, who is just receiver by committee. And then the defensive edge, it's close, but I'm going to give it to Philly. They've been very good defensively. And this is just tough for me to pick because I despise both teams. I really do. I wish they both lose. But I guess if I'm going to go with the lesser two evils, I'm going to go with the Packers win this one 34-30. I don't know. Something tells me the Eagles are going to win, but I'm going to pick the Packers here. The next match is the 3 seed. Who's the 3 seed again? The 3 seed is... Sorry, I blanked out for a minute. 3 seed, come on. Oh, Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the 6 seed Washington Commanders. So this is a tricky game too. Both these teams met in week 1. Tampa Bay blew them out 37-20. But since then, the Commanders have been really good. They've showed signs of streakiness at times. They do have a rookie quarterback in Jalen Daniels who's been balling out of his mind. They have Dan Quinn, a new head coach for the Commanders, that is, who's just been really establishing a culture in that locker room. And they're going against the team in the Bucs that won their division at 10-7. They've been there before. Baker Mayfield is playing out of his mind. And I just have a feeling that Todd Bowles, the head coach, is going to have a way to scheme around Jalen Daniels and this offense. We don't really see rookie quarterbacks go on the road and win a lot in the playoffs. And I just think that the Bucs are just way more experienced. So that's why I'm going to pick the Bucs to win this one 31-21. In the final game, the 4 seed Los Angeles Rams take on the 5 seed Minnesota Vikings. This is very interesting because the Rams did have home field advantage at SoFi Stadium, which a lot of opposing teams go, and it's not really home field anyway. But because of the fires, because of the tragic fires out in LA right now, they have to go play in Glendale, Arizona. So they're going to have to travel as well when they originally weren't supposed to. So that's going to make things interesting. You got the Vikings. They won 14 games. They lost 3. One of those games they lost was to the Rams earlier this year. So these are two teams that know each other. And there's a lot of question marks surrounding this game, especially for the Vikings, because we saw Sam Darnold in a big game, the last game of the season against the Lions. He didn't show up. So is he going to show up in this game, his first playoff game? We'll see, because as for the Rams, they've been there before. They've won a Super Bowl a few years ago. They've been in the playoffs a couple times after that. So they have what it takes. They have that championship DNA. As for the Vikings, they don't. The Vikings have been red hot, though. Same with the Rams. So it's really tricky. I mean, I don't know what to pick. Someone tells me the Rams win, but I'm going to go with the Vikings here. It's just very, very hard to pick this game. It's literally going to be like a heavyweight fight. But I guess someone's got to win, and I'm going to pick the Vikings to win this one 28-24. So that's it for my NFL wild card round picks. Let me know what you guys think of my picks. My lock is going to be the Ravens over the Steelers, and my underdog is Denver over Buffalo. And yeah, just remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Follow me below on my Instagram. Take care and enjoy some football coming up.